Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gamestah Heroes of the Storm Summer Qualifiers for the HGC. My name is Kit Fox, and thank you for joining us once again. If you have just joined us, we are into round 3. We will be on Dragonshire. If you have just joined us, we'll just recap the results from the last round. Team Zol went down to the Rejects and Hacky, who it was their first appearance in the GSQ at all. And then the Meme Team defeated Elite, and then Nomiya took down Ethereal Cat, and eventually Sasu defeated Sweet Dreams, who are the current leaders, it must be said. So well done there to Sasu. Now, if we have a look at the overall ladder for week 2, Nomiya and Sasu are on 2 wins apiece, yet to rack up a loss. And in third place is the Rejects and Hacky. We did just give away a little Ragnaros bundle, but the good news is if you missed out last time, we do have another one to give away. So !Rag in the chat. The raffle has been opened again, and still Zuljin is on offer. If we do crack the 100 viewers mark, these skins have been made available to us thanks to Blizzard ANZ. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned before, it is Dragonshire, and I'm going to be throwing you back to Skimmy for Sweet Dreams versus Memeteam.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one here, Kit Fox. Welcome back, everybody. Game number 3 of week 2 for the Gamestah Summer Qualifiers. Hope you're enjoying your coverage of it tonight. And this one really is going to be a much closer contest. We've got all the teams, or the members of those teams, I should really say, getting themselves ready into the lobby now. And, Vandy, if we're looking at the synergy to really try and sway this matchup, that Brightwing Portrait synergy is really making me think they've got this one in the bag.
If it's anything to do, or anything sort of following the last game, perhaps, and with all team members partaking this time, who knows? Meme Team's got something up their sleeve, that's for sure, Skimmy.
So we're going to kick things off here on Dragonshire, my absolute favourite map, one that really pushes teams to the boundaries. You need to use the global pressure really to a T. You need to make sure you can rotate between those shrines and unleash the dragon in the middle. Let's have a look and see where the coin toss favors. Who is going to get first pick? We do have Sweet Dreams on the left-hand side, and we have Meme Team on the right. Blue Team are going to kick things off here. They got the first ban. And if we cover some of the most prioritized bans on this one, you're looking definitely at once again, high rate staple on the top lane. Also, Tychus and Malfurion. No surprises, we've seen them so much. But once again, they are definitely high priorities and bans on this map in particular.
Could we even, Skimmy, see a long-forgotten and long-lost Falstad sort of make an emergence on Dragonshire? This used to be his home. This used to be a
really did
for him.
Yeah, no, he's been evacuated from the scene. His bird nest was bulldozed over, and bigger, better, and essentially bullies themselves came into that top lane, be it Chen, be it Frau, and I was going to say Zagara, but where is Zagara right now? She's long gone as a result of that rework. But ETC seen so much potential, so much play today, and even in the past. And that's going to be the first ban. We mentioned it to Hake. Once again, it is a big priority ban here. They're going to take that off. So 2 big warriors taken off the board. Let's see how teams open up here. It is going to be Sweet Dreams. They have the very first pick. Are they going to favor the support, or are they going to favor the remaining tanks?
I think, just judging by the warrior bans, they'd want to favor their tank because the pool is already narrowing quite a lot. But in saying that, we still have some high-tier tanks on the board, as we've sort of seen. Zarya, we've got Hannah, and Diablo, who was banned out a couple games ago as well. He is very, very strong, especially as he's touched base on Skimmy with his rework. So the Fire Lord is not out. I mean, we've got 2 Fire Lords now, Diablo and Ragnaros.
Well, Ragnaros has seen so much play as a result of his release. We've seen those statistics from the HGC, both EU and NA, absolutely loving him. We haven't seen as much of a priority when it's come to ANZ. The meta usually is a little bit slower to not say be adopted, but to be absorbed and understood and made its own. Rag has been obviously given away in a raffle. Another chance for you to give it off. You can see people in chat. Type in an ! Greg. Are we going to see some Rag gameplay? That would be the dream. I'm sure both the viewers and ourselves want to see it. Not the worst map for it as well. The Dragonshire, the Dragon itself, really, what it's trying to punch on through those objectives can be nullified. But no, it's going to be Vala and Zaya to kick things off here, opting for that tank as a result of that shrinking tank pool.
Indeed. And I mean, they just wanted to snatch the Zarya away and not leave it too late, because essentially, if you really wanted to be sort of narrowing the pull down, you'd sort of take Zarya off the board, and then it sort of leaves you with just Muradin, I guess, who gets played a lot. But even then, as we've sort of seen, Zarya can be so essential, especially paired with the Valor, keeping her nice and safe there. And I guess now, Skimmy, they're going to want to sort of look into either getting some high pick damage locked in, or maybe even the support starting to come out now.
Yeah, wouldn't be too surprised to see the Malfurion picked up here. The overpower into entangling roots, a common strategy that's been deployed from time and time again. Just touching base briefly on Zarya, I like how they've gone for it because you wouldn't pick Zarya as your main tank, but definitely does prevent Sweet Dreams from complementing the already beefy solo tank of Diablo. So smart drafting here. It's going to go down to the wire. 5 seconds left on this one here. I'm looking definitely at that Malfurion ban. Potentially even the Jaina. Might be a little bit too early. No, they're going to go for the Zeratul. Now, this does still lend a hand, thinking it is going to be Jaina. Malfurion, we thought it was going to be the case. The red ban now, I mean, it's an interesting one. Are they going to feel that they need to ban the Jaina? Or is it a bait that Sweet Dreams have deployed here?
Ooh, I mean, if you were Sweet Dreams now, what's kind of going through your head? You've got the Zeratul, Malfurion, Diablo, and then they've got the Zarya Valor. I mean, yeah, possibly, but I don't think they'd want to use a ban on because she can be dealt with quite effectively. It's not a make or break, I think, for their team comp. But that's just a personal opinion there, Skimmy, and that's sort of what, we sort of prattle on about here and there.
Yeah, we're not the ones playing. We're simply making observations like birds in the sky. We talk, but we don't play. But we ourselves, you still play a fair bit, don't you? You're a diamond yourself.
Yeah. But I mean,
you sound very unconfident there.
It's more just because I do my placements and then I.
Were you boosted?
No, not at all. No, just under the table there. I'm just like, everyone on the shh.
Everyone knows I'm boosted. I've been account showing. I've been busted, but no, on a serious note, Jaina was banned away there. A very common pairing. So they just don't want to deal with it. They want them to be forced into something that isn't as synergistic. So potentially the Li Ming, maybe even the Sylvanas. We've seen that as a very common pairing with a Zeratul bubble. But the response here is Brightwing being taken off the cards. Now, Brightwing gives both movement speed to really empower this Valor, who's already empowered, mind you, by the Zarya with that shield, a tanky version of Tassadar, but also nullifies what Zeratul's trying to achieve. If he wants to get in the mix of things, even Diablo, if they want to get in the mix of things, Polymorph really turns the tide of that engagement. So smart drafting, smart banning.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Skimmy. Exactly what you said. The hardest counter that I've sort of seen on the board is that Zeratul. Anytime he wants to sort of go and make a play, that Polymorph going right down there, as you said, very reliable form of CC, and just all about keeping that Valor safe and letting it just do Valor things. I mean, I know we've reserved that one for a while, but really, with how much play Val is seeing, she's just, like we said, become such a staple of the scene. And that Rhaegar and Johanna pick right there.
Yeah, the Rhaegar here, definitely looking for that Bloodlust comp to unleash potential. But there's the Ragnaros we've been waiting so very long, Vandy. It's finally going to come. And that might be just the pick they were looking for. Potentially Sulfurious Smash, because they can lock that one in, especially given they got Zeratul and the Malfurion. A different version of the Jaina Ring of Frost combo, potentially. He might still go for the Lava Wave, but I'm thinking it's definitely going to be for that all-in, blow somebody up before they can get the Bloodlust and blow somebody up themselves.
Oh, I mean, that's what Ragnaros does. And like you said, 3 lanes, if he takes Lava Wave, pretty good and putting a lot of pressure on a lane. As well as just sort of that passive that, once again, Ragnaros brings. It's just so good for keeping your fortifications up and just making a team fight. Almost, especially if he takes one over on the enemy team side, it can just be deadly. So got to keep an eye on that one. And I'm thinking Rhaegar over here, if that's the meme team. I mean, we saw Pesky last week doing some MVP playing there. So that Rhaegar is going to be one to watch if there's going to be a repeat of last week. So, as you said, they need to blow that Rhaegar up. But just make sure that we can't get the healing down. Ooh, and it is Zebo.
I'm liking this. I was thinking maybe we're going to see Falstad. Maybe, just maybe, because then they can gust the team away. They can lock down a member, but they're thinking, no, we want the 5-man cluster. We want that big bomb to blow up and find the kills. But Illidan, I don't think any of us saw that coming. I was going, look, that's a Tassadar, guaranteed for sure. Either Tassadar or Zarya in the top lane, nice, safe and secured. Gives them the double support to enable the Valor, and Valor can, as you quite conveniently quoted, do just Valor things. But no, it is Illidan, which is, we saw it last week, didn't we? We saw it with Nomir, I believe it was. And, well, they crushed that game. So potentially another foreshadowing of what's going to happen here. But we're going to kick it off here on the Dragonshire. Let's introduce these teams with you starting off on the red side, Vandy.
Sure thing. So we've got on the red team, meme team, that's made up of Iceball playing Johanna, Pesky on Rhaegar, Demise on Zarya, Sharper playing Illidan, and to round it all off, Hiccup on Valor.
Yeah, Sharper does love his Illidan, so no surprises there. But on the left-hand side, it is Sweet Dreams. They've name changed themselves last week. to this week. It's Katori, still silent, still toxic. He's playing Zeratul, Penta on Diablo, Fish on Malfurion, Vikarak on Rag, and the final pick, as it gets cut off my screen, it is Lahal. Well, he played Nazeebo last week. He can still play it this week. He is on that Nazeebo hero. I'm looking forward to this one, Vandy.
He's loving his Nazeebo, and in saying that, I mean, people are actually saying that Nazeebo is very, very strong now that people have been starting to notice his lane pushing and just the fact that he can build up so much damage by how he specs Skimmy. It's quite deadly. If those corpse spiders hit you, you can take a fair chunk of your health without even realizing it.
Yeah, and I've actually been playing a few games recently before we've actually had the stream come up, and there's a talent at level 20, which just means that poison that you can do on towards the minions themselves is applied on the heroes themselves as well. Amplified by 200%, he becomes an absolute late-game monster. Now, here's some nerdy strats. This is a throwback to Alpha Days. He's actually used the zombie wall to delay the minions reaching the lane. This is something... I mean, actually, the right-hand side as well. We're looking at both sides, Memeteam and Sweet Dreams, both going for the nerdy strats. This is going to be a cracker.
Those poor minions, they really don't want to get out there. But yeah, nerdy strats ahoy. It's nerdy strats that help you win the game. It's how you improve your play. And it's also why you should tune into the cast. You might be able to pick up a thing here and there.
Pick up a thing, and you can see why, you're not going to be in bronze anymore. Let's get you out of that. Let's get you up to a higher ranking. Let's make those NA players feel upset that we're on their servers, but we're taking up those GM spots. Well, two very different compositions. If we look at the side of Sweet Dreams, this is all about the setup. A lot of that focal point is going to be Katori finding the VPs, finding those great engagements for then the entangling roots, the zombie wall, and even the soft furious smash, if that's the case of what Rag's going to go for. But it's going to be Big Rag himself in the top lane. He is the biggest lane bully right now. He's up against Sharper, which is going to have a bit of a hard time, and the gank attempt's going to come in. Katori goes straight in for the blink. He's looking for that kill. He's down to 50 health, and there is first blood.
And Katori, I mean, this is how Katori got Grandmaster in one of the seasons, was the first to reach. He just played a lot of Zeratul, so giving free reign on him, you need to just watch out. This is one of Katori's, I guess, staple champs, one that he's very comfortable playing.
Absolutely, Katori well known for his Zeratul play, but also Hiccup. He's on the Valor, so looking to do big things on that one too. We touched briefly on Sharper. He used to be on an all-Chinese team, and they were known for playing extremely aggressive comps like the Chinese do if you watch the international tournaments. They go in for the skirmishes, and they just know how to fight. They are just interested in fighting, and finding kills wherever they can. But unfortunately, he was the one that was fought upon, and he was the one that drew first blood. 2 minutes into this game, and it is Sweet Dreams with the advantage. They've got the wave clear, and they're finding it in their advantages as they bounce between these lanes. Katori is being such a menace, scouting out the vision. We have to see here as Penta comes down to the bot lane. He's going to go for the combination. The entangling roots is actually great here, but Lahal does not decide to follow up with the zombie wall. He does delay it. There is no follow-up for the damage after that.
No, and I mean, it's interesting to see, as you were touching on Zarya builds before, maybe it seems with Demise talent choice, it looks like he's going for that grenade build right there. So sort of getting some pokes and a lot of harass, keeping up the energy and making sure that they hit hard when they hit home.
Yeah, this is the common build I was talking about, where you see Zarya's go for a more damage-oriented spec when they have other beefy frontliners to support them. She is innately a tank herself, but I'd almost say she fills the role of Sonya, does the damage, but is much tanky and much more reliable, and that's why we don't see Sonya so much these days.
That bruiser role, she can fit into it quite easily. And they've really got their work cut out for them. I mean, Vikarak is just finally falling to Sharper. That was a really long duel that I was keeping my eye on. Skimmy, and it was just all about just getting that pressure on, and then you said smart engages. It would be so annoying and quite a nuisance with that life on hit.
Yeah, he's going to feel good about that one, because Rag is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and it's going to be Sharper actually getting forced on upon. There he goes, Katori with the triple blink. Fancy feat by himself there. Almost happy feet like a penguin, finding the kill, finding the cap on the top, and making Rag walk to a happy lane.
I wouldn't say Rag was happy with that, but you take what you've got, right? And, I mean, we saw a lot of red domination there, but they couldn't quite get the cap. It's all about, I guess, asserting a dominance on this map. And, I mean, Dragonshire, Skimmy, we forgot. Dragonshire used to be one of Ainson's favourite maps. It had a little bit of everything. It had the objective, it had the fights, it had the strategy. And it's good to see Dragonshire back, I guess, in rotation, and good to see us playing it tonight.
Well, that's sounding like an old man. I would go on a tangent and say back in my day, it used to be the map I scrimmed all the time, but there goes the engagement, and a successful engagement at that. They went for the invade, they stole away the golems. And that's resulted in Memeteam feeling a little bit deflated. They've had to go for the clear, go back to lanes, and keep themselves in check. Now, as you're saying, it's a bit of a back and forth right now in terms of these shrine points. 1 minute Memeteam got the top. The next minute Sweet Dreams have got bottom control. It's a back and forth until one decisive engagement has come across. You can see that 1v1 breaking out in the top lane did allow a bit of breathing room, but it seems that Katori is spending a lot of his attention looking after this lane and keeping it up for them.
I mean, it's hard for Vikarek, as you said, to sort of outlast Illidan. He can do a pretty good job, but at the end of the day, just a sustain sort of goes in favor of Illidan. But it's a lot of aggression coming down here on the bottom lane by Memeteam.
Yeah, every single time Penta is going for Demise, but Demise is loving it because he can just pop that shield. He's gone for I am the strongest at 4, which is empowers it, and he has got a full energy bar right there. He is just hitting hard, and he is hitting hard. Well, very hard. I lost myself on that point there, but I tell you what, it's still a back and forth. We're looking in the top lane. Another skirmish actually broke out, but Vikarek, well, you said he was going to have a hard time there, but it doesn't look like it because he's absolutely smashed Sharper down there, forced to pop that well. Kotori once again coming for trouble in the top lane. And you can see Sharper's going to go for that capture point. He's looking for the skirmish. He may be paying the price for this one though, because Kotori's going to straight away jump in, gets the slash, and takes out Illidan for a second time, securing the top lane. But it's not going to be without Memeteam going and returning the favor back in the bot lane.
Oh, I mean, Vikarek over there, he was just like, I'll show you, Vandy. He's having a hard time. Ragnaros, just tons of burst damage right there, as we saw, and he's got his buddy Kotori keeping an eye, like I said, lovingly watching over the lane. But Kotori wants to get down there in the bot lane while we see Zarya fall.
Oh no, they might actually get a double kill from this one. Beautiful body blocking, maybe a triple kill, Vandy, because the VP is available. Ultimates are online for Sweet Dreams. See you later, Hiccup. Swiped and taken out for free. We might finally see a dragon captured here, and that's a beautiful set of plays right there. All started with Penta going for the engagement. He's done it all day long in this bottom lane, connects with Fesh on the entangle, and it all snowballed from there. They pick up the first dragon. Sweet Dreams starting this game off well.
Sweet Dreams, they really got the lead then, and I was about to comment on the experience before, how they were keeping so level, but those kills were enough to just push them over the edge and get that all-important level 10, getting those heroics selected. So we've got Twilight Dreams, Sulfuris Smash, Gargantuan, Void Prison, and Apocalypse taken. So there you go, Skinny pulled the Sulfuris Smash right there. And exactly like I said, it's all about catching that person out and just blowing them up with tons of damage.
The only thing I thought that we might see a bit of debate on would have been the Twilight Dream. Maybe go for the Tranquility, make sure everybody lives long enough for something to happen. But no, they're going full balls to the wall. They want every possible type of synergy. But here comes the counter engage. It's level 10 now for the Memeteam, and they're looking to go on towards Penta, who's been silenced. Well, actually, the whole of their team have been silenced, but a big ape up comes across. Ice Ball drops so dangerously low. Kotori goes in for the blink, gets the damage, gets the kill, secures that one. That's a 1-0 trade. Penta almost taunting the side of Memeteam there. He was down to 60, waiting for that regrowth to connect. And there goes the huge Ancestral, connects with Sharper, pounced away, and rightfully so. Demise down to 40. He does get taken out. Sharper is jumping into things. He does have Metamorphosis already. He completely whiffs it, unfortunately. But actually, no, I take that back because he completely juked out the Sulfuris Smash. But dearie me, they went ham for the rag, but they paid the price. 4 members of Memeteam were taken out for that one. And this is a smashing now. 13-11 and a 4 to boot.
Oh, what a turn there by Sweet Dreams. They almost looked like they were going to get in trouble there, but no, it was Memeteam that sort of met the demise right there. Yeah.
Literally. They literally met their demise.
You know, I wasn't even thinking about it when I said it, and then I was like, oh, I've said it now, so I got to go with it. But like you said, just such a restrained engage, and we're not seeing the Bloodlust come out again. As we sort of saw, Ancestral Healing is what Pesky rolls with. It's what she was doing well last week, but I don't know if that was the right one. Maybe they want a stronger... You've got that Illidan there. There's so much value you can give to him with Bloodlust, I was thinking.
I think what they're realizing here is that the composition they're up against has so many ways of isolating and locking down and killing that they're never going to find the perfect opportunity to actually get full value out of the Bloodlust. And you can see Illidan there. He jumped in for a second. He was almost smashed. That Ancestral was at the best possible time, clutch, to say the least. And that's what we saw Pesky do last week, and going to do it again this week. So commendations definitely in favour of the Rhaegar plays, but it's going to be 14-12 right now, a healthy 2-level lead. They had that dragon. They found a lot of advantages out of that. They got 11 kills to 2, Vandy. They are definitely looking to keep this one in the bag and make sure they make no silly mistakes now.
But in saying that, Memeteam doing a good job of taking all their Merc camps, just making sure they have that additional pressure. They don't want to let themselves slip too much. They're 2 levels behind.
Oh, here we go. The blast wave's going to come across. He completely jukes as a result of that shadow charge. The Rain of Vengeance, and it's one target in mind. It is on towards Sharper. The second Rain of Vengeance goes across. Doesn't find anything, but it nullifies any chance of a kill taking place there. And that is a bit of breathing room. Now, hold your breath for just a second. The shrines are now active. Let's play it a little bit more chill.
That was a really nice juke to see by Penta. So elegant, just seeing Diablo shadow charging away. Like, catch you next time, guys.
He was literally just like, see ya, mate, and got the fade away with the dash. And goes, your skill shots just do not phase me.
Tori aiming for the sneaky sneaker there, trying to sort of play the game we see all stealth guys do, I guess.
Oh, no. Like, he
delayed it enough for them to get it.
Yeah, completely out-rotated here. And actually, as a result, they're going to pause the game too. Let's have a look, I should really say, as to what this is all to do with. But that was a complete out-rotation. They both collaborated in the top lane, but they had already capped the bottom lane. And as a result of that, the Dragon, you could see the members from Sweet Dreams all running up top to try and go for the skirmish and going, hang on a minute, we can actually cap this. And Vikrag very casually strolls on in and picks up the Dragon. Now let's find out here. We've got a PP, sorry, but nothing more at this stage, Vandy.
Nothing more, but it gives us time to sort of take a play-by-player where we're sort of at. I mean, as you said, Dragonite coming down in the mid. They've still got outer fortifications left, which is good, but they're going to be trying to work on those and getting them down, getting that experience lead going, like you said. Skimmy hold on to it as best they can. And in saying that, just looking at the damage there.
I was just going to say the same
damage.
thing. Absolutely. Don't mess with the Witch Doctor because he is punching hard. He's those spiders, they're doing something. They're doing more than tickling, which is what Strafe used to do. I tell you that much.
So true. And he's got, I mean, all the talents that we can see. He's completed these Widowmaker's quest. So they are doing 30% more attack damage. So that's why they're starting to tickle, like you said, Skippy, or not tickle, as is the case. It's just huge damage coming up. And that's almost double, I guess, his follow-up, which is Hiccup on Valor.
I'm really wanting to see this game get to level 20 just so we can see that talent. I'm hoping he picks that talent because why would you not? It's so damn strong. It's the reason why it saw a bit of play in HGC. It does have its niche in terms of when it is drafted, but I say you'll see the damage come across. Everybody will be poisoned and it'll be completely ridiculous. But a quick update on this one. It looks like we got a player that's late. We're not too sure who it is. My bet would be on Katoria because he can apparently, from what I've been told, not talk to his team. He's unable to speak in party chat because of his current setup. So a bit of an interesting situation for him right now. So we're going to have to wait for him to, I don't know, phone a friend or find some extraterrestrial form of communicating and telling his team that he's back. But until then, you've got a lovely little pause screen to look at, team.
And I mean, just touching base on how they sneakily took that point as well. I mean, when you're a stealth champion, you just try to get on the point, and sometimes you can play shenanigans. If you just sort of stop and no one can see your blur, they're like, this point isn't going on. But Sharper was onto him. Sharper had his immolation around, so he's just going to be like, I can just sort of reveal you now. Hey, there's a dude on this point. But like you said, it was a misplay anyway because it left the bottom wide open, which they had already capped.
Yeah, every member of Memeteam had collapsed into the top lane. They'd realized that bottom had been taken, but as you said, they were just too slow on the rotate. The macro was definitely in favor of Sweet Dreams, and that's what allowed them to get in towards this Dragon, which, if we're looking right now, was going straight towards mid lane. Now, they did do a fair chunk of damage in the bot lane. Keep is still extremely healthy. Those towers have barely been touched. The ammo Mars are completely filled. But Vikarak and Fesh right now, they're going to push down mid. They're going to try and really open up this map, allow them to have much more diverse rotation options and allow Katoria just to completely dominate and invade when he's playing hide and seek.
Just crack it open, go for the keep, and there it is. There's your day. Done and dusted.
Done and dusted. I mean, that's just as easy as it goes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just interested by this this Twilight Dream pick. I mean, I can see its validity. It's really looking to try and shut down any counter engage. Like, say, for example, Illidan jumps in. Look, you can't friend or fight back out. You're gone. I would have thought potentially they would have gone for the Tranquility. Now, I might get a lot of flack for this in chat. They're probably going to ask, why are you suggesting this? What is your point? But I have none at this stage. I've been proven otherwise.
I've been proven. I mean, like, in saying that, I guess, I haven't really seen them need the Tranquility. So perhaps, like you said, Twilight Dreams was stalling them from getting there. Blown up, as you said. Because if you're just getting denied, using your skills, they're not really doing anything, right? it's just useless to have. And we're back in, Skibby.
We're back in. I'm sure people are being waiting patiently, and they're looking to see some heroes of the storm. Let's have a look, because Vicarak suddenly has done a 180. He's gone back towards what is his own tower, but here comes the Wombo combo, actually breaking a little bit too early. Katori breaks that combo, and the Apoc does not connect. Could all be disastrous from here, but yeah, Tistral comes across. No, it doesn't. I tell a lie, team. And that's on cooldown for another 5 seconds. It's going to be Zaya who was taken out in that engagement. Vicarak is still punching on home. The Candy Cane Gargantuan's got lost on its own. He is smashing the ground at least 50 pixels away to the left-hand side, but it is going to be Vicarak now on the rotate. That dragon has 20 seconds left on the board, 30% on its health. It is looking to try and do a clean sweep in a very clean manner and take out the remaining 4 in the top lane.
It's interesting because they just wanted to let their Dragonite just do its thing. It was about to expire. Instead, they all just sort of went to the bot lane. But here, Iceball's trying to pick a fight.
Oh, they're trying to pick a fight. They are indeed. Oh, look at that. Sharper went in for the collapse, but the very preemptive, very preemptive Ancestral comes out this time. Expulsion Zone finding no value whatsoever. Twilight Dream was used to try and prevent the carried on fight. You can see the damage going on to Hiccup there. I was watching those Corpse Spiders. They caught him out isolated, and they alone did half of his health bar.
They look so adorable when they're like little cookie spiders. I was also watching them. I'm like, they're so much easier to see with that skin too. Normally, you're just like, oh, something on me. Oh god, it's spiders.
Nobody likes spiders. If you have arachnophobia, you're never going to play this hero. But look, there goes the fight once again. Oh, Katori's caught out this time. It all gone wrong. It's backfired. The Gargantuan has been probably trying to do as much as he can. Me splash the floor, smash it indeed, because there goes the Sulfurous Smash. It comes across, knocks out Illidan. There goes the Rain of Vengeance. They are looking to try and keep these members across, but there goes the Zombie Wall and the Entangling Roots. See you later. Expulsion Zone just a little bit too late there by Demise to keep the rest of his team up and healthy. 2 for 1, which really should have been in favor of Memeteam, but the counter engage from Sweet Dreams was perfect.
That was such a beautiful Entangling Roots laid down by Fesh, just to sort of get the pick there, and then the follow-up, this Sulfurous Smash, Skimmy. Oh my gosh, that's so hard for me to say, but I'm just going to call it the smash. It was awesome to see. Just the follow-up, like you said, so well. Like, they didn't have any hesitation about it. They saw the opportunity and took it. And I guess that's what you need to do once you sort of see these higher tiers of play. You need to just be confident in making those calls and sticking with them.
Yeah, no hesitation. That's one thing you'll see these players do, is they just believe in not only themselves, but also the fact that, you know, if they do something, their team is there to follow it up. And that's why these sort of comps that really rely on that heavy synergy of overlapping skills. You can see even Blastwave, for example, allowing Penta just to run in that much quicker for these engagements. That's what allowed him to actually juke the Rain of Vengeance when he went for that Shadow Charge. Just the overall combination. There's definitely combinations of comps that are easier to execute, but when you are at that higher level, these are some of the interesting things you can play. And right now, it's looking to be still a very favorable engagement for Sweet Dreams. They are level 18, or at least fast approaching 215, 14 kills to 3. Get that Sharper playing so patiently in that brush, almost taking a bit of a gulp as he sees them all run on by. But it's Shrine time again, and they're playing a little bit indecisive. It's Sweet Dreams that are really commanding this pressure on the map.
And I mean, with Memeteam as well, now they're a talent down. They're starting to feel a little bit of pain there. And with that all-important 20 coming up soon, they just really want to make up that lost ground. And as we said, they're just playing it as it is, making sure that they can take what they can, but they're also being very cautious, like you said, Skimmy, not quite committing to any sort of direction. But that might be another dragon that goes to Sweet Dreams, and it is.
Yeah, absolutely no contest in that one once again. And as you said, the rotation, it's just a case of, look, we're so far behind, we can't even afford to fight. We might as well just play base defense and just try and cut our losses at that. And that's a smart decision, one that I'm sure a lot of people watching will think, why have they done that? But I actually had to give them, thumbs up for that sort of play, because they're realizing that, we are behind, we cannot afford to engage. I mean, this is probably the best time they can fight before level 20 has been acquired. They are now at 16. This is the ideal time for them. And you can see that dragon, it's already down to 40%, not really finding much value on towards this keep. It's down to 50% itself, but the engage is already coming across, and that's Hiccup taking a fair chunk from Katori. Actually baits out the second charge of that Rain of Vengeance. Expulsion Zone was used very early as well. He's not really finding too much value, but the keep does drop down just in time for the dragon to drop down to potentially. It is, as the Condemned comes across there from Iceball, but here's the setup. This is the gnarly combination. It's all coming across. 3, 2, 1. Ultimates are unleashed across the board. Twilight Dream is used as soon as he comes across into it. Sharper just completely disrupted. And the Ancestral is just in no time quick enough for that one to come across. And that's what I was really talking about when it comes to the ability there of Twilight Dream. vikarok pops himself in towards the keep. They are looking to do so much damage here. Hiccup still taking a fair brunt. He does get exploded. And that is Rag doing Rag things to point at a brand new turn. Demise looking to try and find a kill. Clean 5-man ace. And with that, Vandy, we've got a GG on our hands. Sweet Dreams dominating that team fight.
I mean, Ragnos is so evil when you think about it. When you think you're just sort of running back to your base and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to make it. And then you're suddenly like, oh, God, there's this Fire Lord and he's just raining fire down on him. It's quite sneaky as well. But definitely don't want to be in the receiving end of that. Like you said, they really had a window of opportunity, but really, Sweet Dreams, just so much damage coming out every time. It was sort of almost like a repeat of last game. They just couldn't really do the close engage because they were so low by the time they tried to. And that Twilight Dream actually doing a lot of work towards the end there, just sort of really making Illidan's life hell. Sharper was just not happy with that one.
Sharper literally had like Pythagoras theorem in his head, like, I've got to try and juke this at this angle, at this time, at this moment. I mean, you need to be a wizard to really try and calculate those odds because he had so many things to try and keep in mind. I need to dodge the APOC, the entangling roots, the VP. I need to try and Twilight Dream, or I should say, I need to try and Metamorphosis to juke the Twilight Dream. Just so much on top of him that, I mean, you saw him jump in, and he just got exploded. And from then on, the fight really just got turned on its head. And that's how weak Illidan can be. And you can see he had top deaths there, unfortunately, 6 deaths on his side. But, I mean, it really wasn't all on him. The entire fight, the entire game, was a bit of a stomping in their event. 19 kills to 3. It went to 20. We actually didn't get to see much of that level 20 talent picked up because they hit it at the very end. But that game, surely it was a cracker. What are your thoughts on that one, Vandy?
It was good. And I mean, just sort of thinking on the MVP here, thinking Lahal, but also vikarok's Ragnaros was very spot on. And I mean, just holding the lane and just commanding so much of a presence, I guess. Really, what were your thoughts, Skimmy, on MVP?
I was going to go for vikarok to start off with because I liked how he played it, how he was all on towards with the smash. He was holding a very great lead in that top lane, obviously supported by Katuri, but played Rag to a T. And he showed why it's so strong, so that had to be my one.
All right, done to vikarok, and congrats to him for being our MVP nominee for this round.
Yeah, congrats, Vic. Get a chance to win yourself a Plantronics headset provided by the sponsors looking after us here at Gamestah. But that's us for round number 3, guys. Back to you, Kit Fox.
Thank you very much, Skimmy and Vandy, for another crack of a match on Dragonshy. Congratulations to the Sweet Dream lads for getting themselves up on the win, and congrats to vikarok, the MVP nomination. Thanks to Plantronics, the official headset sponsor of Gamestah. Quick shout out to the sponsors, Zowie, Strive for Perfection, Blizzard ANZ, who have provided us with the skins and packages to give away tonight, Split Media Labs, whose products we use to power our broadcasts, such as XSplit, Challenge, and of course, Player.me, the coolest social media platform for gamers around. And if you have just joined us or you missed out on the little Ragnaros bundle that we were giving away before, do not stress. We didn't give one away last week, so we're giving away an extra one this week. So !Rag is open in the Twitch chat, and you need to be following the channel as well to claim that prize. And we're so close to cracking the 100 viewers. And should we get that number, we will be giving away Zul'jin. These are being made available to us thanks to Blizzard ANZ. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very, very shortly while the teams just wrap up their matches for Braxis Holdout Round 4 here on Gamestah GSQ Qualifiers.